Safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A historic day is dawning on Capitol Hill. It's the very first since Speaker Kevin McCarthy was stripped of his leadership role by a small faction of his own Republican Party. New York's Nicole Maliotakis was not among them.
He's done a good job. He does not deserve this. It's a complete injustice.
Correspondent Chris Cruz is in Washington.
The rebellion was led by far-right Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. He said McCarthy hadn't done enough to cut federal spending.
Kevin McCarthy is a feature of the swamp. He has risen to power by collecting special interest money and redistributing that money in exchange for favors.
McCarthy says he won't run again for Speaker. His ouster brings legislative activity in the House to a halt.
With all of the turmoil in Congress, a new survey finds more of us are ready to support a third party. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
This Gallup poll finds 63% of Americans agree with the statement that Republicans and Democrats are doing such a poor job that a third party is needed. That's a 7 percentage point increase over a year ago, and the highest increase since Gallup first asked the question back in 2003. The last time the numbers were this high, back in 2021, after the Capitol riots.
Police in Baltimore are looking for suspects after a shooting in a dorm on the campus of Morgan State University last night.
We know there's a total of 5 victims, ages 18 to 22. We believe all have non-life-threatening injuries at this time. There were 4 males and 1 female.
Police Commissioner Richard Worley says they don't know how many shooters there were. Students had gathered for their annual homecoming coronation ceremony just before the gunfire began. In 2 hours from now, tens of thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers are set to stage what could be the largest strike of its kind in U.S. history. Damaris Reyes, a medical assistant near San Francisco, will be among them.
They have a lot of employees that are very knowledgeable with a lot of potential. And the fact that they don't want to invest and they don't want to bargain in good faith is very disappointing.
Employees in 8 states and the District of Columbia are demanding higher pay and better staffing. At the Vatican,
Sorelle, fratelli.
Pope Francis has opened a 3-week closed-door meeting that could lead to significant changes in the Catholic Church. On the table, calls to take concrete steps to put more women in decision-making roles and giving ordinary Catholic faithful more of a say in the way the church is governed. New insight into same-sex relationships among primates. A new study from Spain finds it helps mammals establish social relationships and even mitigate conflict. S&P futures are down 1. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pages right now.
Thomas's translation company just lost its only 2 Spanish speakers. Without the right replacements, he'll be in problemas.
Yeah, we'll have those ready. Tonight's going to be a late one.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
October in Oregon means one thing. It's Smashing Pumpkin season at the Oregon Zoo. Every year, workers feed the elephants there some of the largest pumpkins and squash around Portland, donated by local farmers and clubs. The giant gourds weigh hundreds of pounds. And it's not just elephants. The zoo's black bears, beavers, goats, and rhinos, they all feast on the fall smash. Visitors are encouraged to wear their Halloween vests for the big event. It's happening on the 19th. Monica Ricks, CBS News. Hoping for a Fleetwood Mac reunion? Stevie Nicks says it won't happen because it would never be the same without Christine McVie. She died almost a year ago. Nix tells Vulture the band can't go any further without her. He says the two were soulmates. By the way, Mattel's new Stevie Nicks Barbie sold out in less than a day this week. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It's the 70th Alabama National Fair, October 6th through the 15th. Opening day, get in for $1 with a non-perishable food item for the food bank. All rides $1. Buy tickets online, save time, and skip the line.
It's the best 10 days of fall. The Alabama National Fair.
Is the labor shortage wreaking havoc on your cleaning company? Has the increased cost of labor made you second guess using your own staff? You're not alone. At Janie King, the king of clean, we have a solution for you. Whether it's cleaning your office, healthcare facility, school, manufacturing site, or everything in between, let us use our 35 plus years of experience to keep your business clean. Don't wait. Go to JannieKingCleans.com and let Janie King do our job so you can do yours.
Janie King, the king of clean.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of a typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple of years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, neti pot. Hello, Navage. End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hey folks, this is Cookie Wolf from American Oak & More. This is your special invitation to our biggest sale of the year. For a limited time, get up to 50% off the top tag price on everything in American Oak & More's inventory and special orders. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's up to 50% off on living room, dining room, bedroom, home office, and outdoor. Plus, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Hurry, sell in soon. Exclude mattresses, accessories, and cozies.
I've been there for almost 30 years. Hey y'all, I'm Cody, Camden, Carson, Cole. We would like to say thank you. Thank you to everyone in the Great Region for voting us your #1 mentor in the 2023 Creator's Choice Award. If you've never shopped with us in the past, y'all come see us and let us teach you how to buy the right mattress to improve your life. If you have shopped with us in the past, y'all come back here. Don't get a sheet, get a great night's sleep. And thank you again for Wolf Boys Betting next to American Oak & More.
In 1995, veteran police officer Michael Chappell was convicted of armed robbery and murder and has spent the past 30 years in prison. The true crime podcast, In the Land of Lies, explores the untold side of this story, one that could prove Michael Chappell is actually innocent. See why people are calling In the Land of Lies incredible, phenomenal, and a must-hear podcast. Binge the entire series now, and new episodes are coming soon. Imperative Entertainment presents In the Land of Lies. Get the podcast wherever you listen.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC by Luke Wire. AC by Luke Wire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. They've proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbylukewire.com for a list of services and offers today. That's acbylukewire.com. License number 84417.
Plenty of sunshine again today, but we'll introduce a few clouds this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 80s and easterly wind around 10 miles per hour. 60s, still dry. We'll have a few more clouds on Thursday, but things are still dry in the upper 80s. Cold front comes through Friday, could bring a shower or two with it Friday into Friday night. Then it's much cooler and breezy this weekend with plenty of sunshine. That's your first look forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now we're looking pretty good. Nothing's being reported that would send you on an alternate route. Interstate systems moving into the Tri-County area from Clanton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Fall is here, and the Festival Plaza has it all. Enjoy a movie at AMC Festival Plaza Theaters, then eat at the Bubbly Hen. All this and more at Festival Plaza, Taylor and Vaughn of Collier's Managed Development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Chad Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Wednesday. For the first time in U.S. history, the House of Representatives voted to remove its Speaker, Representative Kevin McCarthy. A small group of Republicans teamed up with a united group of Democrats to strip him of his power. Without a Speaker, the House of Representatives can't pass any laws, leaving lawmakers on both sides of the aisle concerned. McCarthy says he will not run again for Speaker. After months of campaigning, we now have unofficial results in the Montgomery District 4 City Council race. With 7 out of 8 precincts in, Renetta Riley is leading Leah Bell. We're still waiting for provisional ballots to be counted, but it will take nearly 350 ballots to change the outcome of the election. Later this afternoon, FEMA and the Federal Communications Commission will do a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts. At 1:20 our time, an alert will be sent to all television stations and all cell phones. Reminder, when you hear that tone, it is just a test. That's your news on this Wednesday.
At SimpliSafe, we've designed award-winning home security with advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 lifeguard protection only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
With Bath Innovations Design Services, you can customize every detail of your bathroom remodel. Whether you're replacing a bathtub or converting to a shower, Bath Innovations has thousands of options. So bring your style and design the bathroom of your dreams. Contact us today at bathinnovations.com.
Cashback is not available yet.
Listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside. Upside? Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway.
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HACK to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HACK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HACK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time once again, one more day. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is October the 4th, 2023. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Finding Life. Our scriptural insight today comes from 1 John 5, 1 through 5. 1 John 5 and 1 says, everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God. Govern yourselves accordingly. Good morning. And again, it is October the 4th, 2023. It is a day that's never been, and it is a day that once it's gone, it shall never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should do today that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that tomorrow should be. You be proud of what you have done this day. Again, like I tell you every morning, because each day is a new day. Each day is a new beginning. And if you've been here a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do? Well, whatever it is, for as long as you can, while you can, until you can't, reach back and help somebody else along the way every once in a while. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never, ever give up. Because quitters never win. And winners may fail at a thing or two, but they never quit. So don't you. Don't ever, ever give up. Because quitters never win, and winners, well, they don't quit. And whatever you do this day, remember this. It is a great day, my Lord, to be alive. Good morning to you. Finding life. That is our daily bread for this day. August, well, actually, it's October already, the 4th.
Our reading titled Finding Life was written by Dave Brannon. It was a natural step for Brett to attend a Christian college and study the Bible. After all, he'd been around people who knew Jesus his whole life, at home, at school, at church. He was even gearing his college studies toward a career in Christian work. But at age 21, as he sat with a small congregation in an old country church and listened to a pastor preach from 1 John, he made a startling discovery. He realized that he was depending on knowledge and the trappings of religion, and that he'd never truly received salvation in Jesus. He felt that Christ was tugging at his heart that day with a sobering message. You don't know me. The Apostle John's message is clear. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God. We can overcome the world, as John puts it, only by belief in Jesus. Not knowledge about him, but deep, sincere faith, demonstrated by our belief in what he did for us on the cross. That day, Brett placed his faith in Christ alone. Today, Brett's deep passion for Jesus and his salvation are no secret. It comes through loud and clear every time he steps behind the pulpit and preaches as a pastor. My pastor. 1 John 5:11 and 12 says, God has given us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. Whoever has the Son has life. For all who have found life in Jesus, what a comforting reminder this is. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 John chapter 5, verses 1 through 5. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone who loves the Father loves his child as well. This is how we know that we love the children of God, by loving God and carrying out his commands. In fact, this is the love for God, to keep his commands, and his commands are not burdensome. For everyone born of God overcomes the world. This is the victory that has overcome the world, even our faith. Who is it that overcomes the world? Only the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God. Let's pray. Lord, thank you so much for your gift of salvation, for loving us, for rescuing us, and saving us. And thank you for the people that guide us and point us to faith in you. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen Tabor, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, it's time to rise and shine. It's Wednesday. You know, it's PT time. We got to do it. We can't help it. We got to do it. Okay? So, General, where you at? There we go. There we go. Well, let's get this party started. We run to the sun. No sweat, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knee. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Come on now. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat. Let's get moving, get moving. PT time. Somebody get the sergeant major out of there and the first sergeant. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way. Time to rise and shine. You're wasting daylight. Airborne, airborne, all the way. Driving on, driving on.
Early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump, master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a cheering blow.
All the way airborne, airborne, all the way driving.
All the way airborne.
Airborne, airborne.
Time to rise and shine. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. Okay. PT time. It's Wednesday. I gotta knock this out. I got my new Apple Watch anyway, so I gotta see how many steps I can take today. Okay. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hard work.
Hard work. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hard work. Work. Here we go. Hard work. Work. Hard work. Work. That's what they say. Hard work. Work. Hard work. Work. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hard work. Work. About a quarter to 3. Hard work. Work the road and earn my pay. Hard work. Work. Oh yeah. Hard work. Work. And go to work. Hard work. 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 That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay. Come on. That's it. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Hard work, work. Let's go to work. Oh yeah. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Come on now. We got it. We got this. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work, work. Hard work, work. Come on now. Hard work, work. On the airplane. Any early morning and rain. Guess what they say? Hard work. I earn my pay. Come on. Ain't over yet. Hard work, work. Woo! Hard work, work. 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 Woo! Is it over yet? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. My Apple Watch said I just made 300 steps. Okay, that's good. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. And now, let us pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. And don't forget Space Force. I don't know what they do, but they're part of the family. They're like kind of step brothers and sisters. Okay, I didn't forget about them, but I just wanted to make sure the services got out there, I mean, I forgot about the Montgomery Police Department, the Montgomery Fire Department. I forgot about you guys. We salute you too. All right, I'm just saying, but And I say good morning to the mayor. And it seems that we have a new member. Oh, actually, we got a couple new members of the. But as of last night, we have a new member of the Montgomery City Council, Miss Frenetta Riley. I believe that's who it is. We're getting too many women on that thing out there. That's okay, though. I guess they can get the job done. And I got some sad news this morning that one of Montgomery's favorite sons passed away, and it just took me aback for a second, but I'll tell you who that is sometime this morning. All righty. And I don't know if this is for real or not. I think it is. I found it on Facebook this morning, waiting for me when I came in to the studio this morning. One of my good friends uh, has passed away. I guess it was overnight or something like that. I was looking on Facebook the other day, and he said that he was. I thought he said he was coming home, and I don't know what happened. Um, but we'll see. I gotta verify this first because it's kind of shocking to me in a little bit. Um, let's well on Road Tires' page, Miss Hollifield's page, it says um, my good friend Ray Moore. Uh, I'm just I'm just I'm just taken aback. I saw some the other day, um, and I read it from the other day, and I thought he said he's headed home, and now I find out this morning that he has passed away. I didn't know he was that sick until I saw it in the paper the morning. Yeah, on Facebook the other morning. Anyway, hopefully I'll have some more. He's a great guy too, as a matter of fact. So my prayers go out to his mom and his dad and his wife and his kids who have any children or anything like that. It is just it was with great sadness that I have to announce this this morning. That was kind of took me by surprise. No, it didn't kind of take me by surprise. It took me by surprise. Anyway, Ray's gone. So let me take a break. You wonder sometimes, do we really realize how what a blessing it is to get up every morning? And anytime somebody passes that's younger than me, I just count my blessings even more. I know there are no days that are guaranteed. You just take them as they come, and you do what you can while you can, for as long as you can. But it is with great sadness that I announced this morning that Mr. Ray Moore has passed on. What a swell guy! I mean, what a swell guy! And normally I would say that about people because I don't want to offend anybody, but this guy was just really a sweet man. Just just came across as a nice man. I know he sold cars and things like that nature. He's been involved in a few things, but what a great guy! What a great guy! Anyway, let's take a break, and we will uh, take a break for the time being, and then we will come back and talk about a few things. But again, I'm flabbergasted that my good friend Ray Moore has passed. That kind of I kind of that is I'm still glad that it just kind of breaks your heart. Anyway, we will be back.
First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
AC highly fire, DC highly fire, within 4 years of circumference. Probably the river region is mentioned to be. Contact them for your heat, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit acbylukeWire.com for a list of services and offers today. At acbylukeWire.com. License number 84017.
Plenty of sunshine again today, but we'll introduce a few clouds this afternoon. The upper 80s, including wind around 2 miles per hour, the humidity stays low. Another couple of nights tonight in the low 60s. Still dry. 11 clouds on Thursday. The things are still dry. In the 80s, Friday could bring a shower or two with it Friday. Into Friday night, and it's much cooler and breezy this weekend in the sunshine.
Montgomery's Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Simmons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Major problems are absolutely included by the authorities that would simply want to cause the problem. This will keep posted with the latest info factors about the calls here in Festival Plaza has evolved. Visit the comic shop Montgomery Cardiovascular Health and Fitness before Festival Plaza created a party managed development. Look, it's the law to Montgomery Cardiovascular Health major development.
When it comes to League of Legends, the first thing many people think about is the toxicity of the player base. This week, developer Riot Games is continuing the battle against toxicity by overhauling the ping system. Really, any player can ping any stat point repeatedly, but only a player can ping the entire game. Now, with the feature being removed, toxic players have less tools to win the fight. Look at the trap.
This could be the start of a new or the end of one. Introduce 20% micro protection only for Simply Safe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera. Next step in real time and protect screens and screens. For 20% off, any system with Flex Protect monitoring as Simply Safe as advanced phone security, 20% protection monitoring for less than
You've waited long enough. You shouldn't have to worry about cleaning up your floor. Whether it's your office, healthcare facility, school, manufacturing site, or everything in between. Now, you've had enough to worry about. Let us use our 35-year experience to simply provide you with a clean facility so you can focus on your flexibility. Don't wait for your anything clean.
Care Ministry, you see this. Yeah. That sounds like something to look into, and that is Medishare. If you think switching to Medishare to pay for healthcare can save many families $500 a month. That is huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied in making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance bill. Double. Medishare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and people really network. So yeah, well, you can save a ton, make it better. You can be happy with how you're taking care of your health. If you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you have a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
It's the 70th Alabama National Fair, October 6th through the 15th. Enjoy the rides, circus, shows, and the food. I really enjoyed watching my way down the way. I can smell it already. Join us for new outdoor shows, stage shows, and more. Alabama National Fair, the best 10 days of fun.
Hey y'all, this is Aaron Tiffany. Being in the music business, traveling, working late, doesn't do great things for my routine. But I found that staying active and making time for workout helps keep my energy where it needs to be to perform my best. No matter what you do or where you are, make time to stay in shape. You'll feel better and have the energy you need to accomplish the goal. This message is brought to you by Listener.
Telling you like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2, News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Lessons of life and the word of the day. And the word of the day is an interesting one. It is spelled Cozen, but it is pronounced Cousin. And you'll figure that out the second I explain it to you. And second, oh yeah, and so I got some tickets to the Drew Brees. I don't get very many. Radio. You don't get a lot of free things anymore. I mean, I used to get free coffee, free everything. Now I don't get them. You're going to pay for everything. However, today it's going to be somebody's lucky day because I got two tickets to, to the Drew Brees thing at the 2023 benefit dinner. Benefiting, I believe it's going to be Baltimore. I believe it is going to be at the Montgomery Renaissance Convention Center, and it's going to be on October the 5th, which is sometime this week, I think. Well, actually, no, that's tomorrow. Yeah, that's tomorrow. So anyway, I'll figure out how to give these away and see who really wants them. And then I'm trying to get some fair tickets, but those tickets are hard to come by these days, even for me. Okay, so the word of the day is Cozen, but it is pronounced Cousin. Okay, cousin. Okay, cousin is how it's spelled. It is spelled Cozen, but it is pronounced Cousin with time. Anyway, so what is a cousin? Cozen. It is someone that tries to deceive you, win you over, or influence you with pleasing words or actions by trickery. Sound like most politicians, right? I feel you. I feel you. We ought to stop calling them cousins. Most of them anyway, so cousin. So the next thing you go to a politician, hey, you remind me of a cousin. And he's gonna think that you're talking about your cousin. So you need him. Cozen, a person who wants to try to deceive, win you over, or influence you by passing out words that don't mean anything or intellectual trickery. Okay? So the next time you go to one, watch the one to shake and you call them cousin. Okay? All right, get on to do. Now, lessons of life. Now, the lesson of life is an interesting one today because it is one that is something that we all have been involved in. We just didn't stay involved enough. Okay. So today, okay, the lessons of life, what day this is the fourth day of October. And the lesson of life is this one. Remember this. Remember this. It is not the answer that we fear. It is the one who asks the question. Want to make a difference? Start asking questions. Again, we don't fear the answer. Because most of us already know what the answer is before the question is even asked. But what we fear is the one who asks the question who has the unmitigated gall to ask the question. You're like me, I'll ask questions. I mean, even I give you the answer I want, but I'll ask the question. Okay. Now, I've always been this way because I try to be nice to people sometimes, but Montiel, at least he was good. He was good at making people squirm in the chair. But again, it is not the answer to the problem of life that we see. It is the one who asks the question. Because once a question is asked, it will be answered. And sometimes a non-answer is a glaring answer. Again, if you want to make a difference, start asking the question. Again, it is October the 4th, 2023. And these are things that happened on this day. In 1777, General George Washington's troops launched an assault on the British running time for Pennsylvania, resulting in every American tragedy. In 1861, during the Civil War, the United States Navy authorized construction of the first ironclad ship called the USS Monitor. The year was 1940. Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini conferred in Brenner Pass in the Alps. 1951, MGM movie musical An American in Paris, starring Gene Kelly and Larry Corran, hit its U.S. premiere in New York. The year was 1957. The space age began as the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1 and the first artificial satellite into orbit. In 1970, singer Janis Joplin, at the young age of 27 years old, was found dead in a Hollywood hotel room. 1989, Triple Crown winning racehorse, on this day, Secretariat, suffering a hoof ailment, was humanely destroyed at the age of 19. The year was 1990. For the first time in nearly 6 decades, German lawmakers met in the Reichstag for the first meeting of reunified Germany parliament. In 1991, 26 nations, including that of the United States, signed the Madrid Protocol, which imposed a 50-year ban on oil exploration mining in Antarctica. Well, first of all, it's too cold for me to go up there and mine anyway. In 2003, a Palestinian woman blew herself up inside a restaurant in Haifa, Israel, killing 21 restaurants. In 2004, the Spaceship One rocket plane broke through Earth's atmosphere to the edge of space for the first time in 5 days, capturing the $10 million prize aimed at opening the final frontier up to tourists. Pioneering astronauts booked died in 2017, President Donald Trump visited hospitals bedside and a police base in Las Vegas in the aftermath of a shooting rampage 3 nights earlier that left 58 people dead. And it was 14 years ago that North Koreans who once lived Greek socialists trounced the governing conservatives in a election. Argentine folk seller Marcelo died in Buenos Aires. And 9 years ago, North Korea presumptive number 2 leader Kang Seoul and other members of the inner circle met in South Korea officials in the rivals' highest level face-to-face talks in 5 years. Former Haitian president and for life, Jean-Claude Duvalier, 63 years old, died in Port-au-Prince. Paul Revere, 76, the organizer, the organist and leader of the Raiders rock band, died in Gaston Valley, Idaho, or Garden Valley, Idaho. 5 years ago, and 5 years ago, the Senate Judiciary Committee received an FBI report on sexual misconduct allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Leading GOP lawmakers said there was nothing new in the report, while Democrats complained that the investigators omitted interviews with people who couldn't remember when it happened. That's not added that right there. Okay. And some potential witnesses accused the White House of limiting the scope of the probe. Yeah, I'm 35 years late. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. With the White House. President Donald Trump told a Minnesota rally that Republican voters would be motivated by what he called rage-fueled resistance by Democrats. Yeah, by Democrats to the Kavanaugh nomination. Former rap mogul Marion Suge Knight was sentenced in Los Angeles to 28 years in prison, okay, for running down and killing a Compton businessman with a pickup truck. And that's one of the reasons why I just kind of watch it. And what are we celebrating today? What celebration are we in the world? What event is the world celebrating today? Okay. It is National Wildlife Day. Now, for folks who hunt deer and the big pigs and the turkeys and all that stuff, I know you don't wait till that day, so I'm just going on. Here's one: Eat an Extra Dessert Day. Now's your chance to be shameless and indulging in many sweet treats as you like. And then call it a day. Me, man, a good piece of living the rain power right now. It's so good. Should have it, but I still think it. Now, matter of fact, I like living cod without that white stuff on top of it. So that's okay, but it is what it is. It's eat an extra dessert today. So don't feel guilty about it. You don't do it too often. Here's one: Global Talent Acquisition Day. Learn about talent acquisition's origin and its role in the employment of Global Talent Acquisition Day. I don't really know what that means, but I'm going along with it. How about this one? Martyrdom of Imam Reza. Okay, mourners pay respect to the revered Shia Imam of the day of the martyrdom of Imam Reza. R-E-Z-A. I think I pronounced that correctly. National Macadamia Nut Day. Now, after living in Hawaii for all those years, I never was really intrigued by macadamia nuts. Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I can say with great pleasure, I can say with great enthusiasm, I've never tasted a macadamia nut because I figure once you had one nut, you pretty much had them all. Okay, they pretty much are nuts. That's why they call them nuts because they're related to the same family. So getting a macadamia nut was not a big deal with me. Okay, and again, I got the word this morning when I got here. I don't know if you knew Mr. Raymore or not. Fantastic human being. He has passed on, and I guess he was in the hospital. I was reading his Facebook page the other day. He was coming out. I just got the Lord has all the answers that I know. So anyway, those are some of the things that are happening today. And again, but I have to get the lesson of life one more time. It is not the answer that we fear. We fear the one who asks the question. So it's one make a difference. Make a difference while asking the question. And does anybody really care, like I don't, if the Speaker of the House of Representatives, McCarthy, gets trounced? Does anybody really care if he's not the Speaker of the House anymore? They don't do jack for me anyway. My life won't change, good or bad, because whoever the Speaker of the House is. That doesn't. They never ask me a question anyway. So I don't care if he's not the Speaker. He was kind of a wuss anyway. So I will give him that. The Republicans have a tendency to get some gravitas when it doesn't matter. They can be tough when it really doesn't matter. Okay? But when it actually comes to standing up to Democrats, letting all kind of junk pass, then they're not so tough. But to get rid of one of their own, now we're tough. Okay, I'm not impressed. Okay? I'm just not impressed that you got rid of Speaker of the House. It doesn't bother me at all. Who was it? I forgot him already. Who was the Speaker of the House? Okay, it doesn't make any difference to me. It'll help my life one way or the other. Also, in the local election yesterday, a few people came out, so that was I think it looked like about 2,000 people came out, something like that. I was 2,000. But that's okay. That's more than I actually thought was going to come up. So Miss Renetta Riley, don't know her, haven't talked to her. She hasn't had the unmitigated gall to come up here and talk to Elk Dog, just to where I can see where she is. See, they keep going to the same old places, ask the same old questions, and you really don't have to come up with anything specific. You just got to come up with something that sounds good. You know, in the city council rate, you just got to come up with something that sounds good. You don't really have to have any answers. You know, just something that sounds good. You know, like oh, here's one. Here's one that never means anything, but people just like to say it. I want to make sure that education. Okay, and the minute they get to edu, I'm stopped listening. There's nothing they can do with education, but they're always bringing out because most people think that people on the city council has something to do with education in the county of Montgomery. It is a county school system, which means that the only people that have purview over the education system is the Board of Education for the state, not even the county commission. Okay, now they can raise taxes for it, which is what they've done, and hopefully make it right. But they don't have any say so. Speaking of school, if somebody from the city is listening, I really would like you guys to go down and clean up that tunnel that goes from Lee High School. You know, that tunnel where the young folks come on right now. It's got feces in it, human feces in it. It is nasty. It is dirty. It stinks. And my son has to walk. So if somebody from the city, you know, go down there and take a little wash thing down there and wash it out, and you know, I mean, if I could just get that done, I would be most appreciative. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know whose idea was it to put it underground is something that I just absolutely fascinates me. Why not do it the way they do it over at the place on Pond Road? Is that Pond Road? Is that in Montgomery County? Whatever school that is over there, but they put it over it's an overpass and not an underpass. Okay. But Lee, okay, it was not Lee, PJ, whatever it was, Percy Julian Bond, too long. Anyway, so they put it there and it's underground and nobody, looks like nobody ever cleans it or anything. So I'm just saying, if y'all would do that, you know, you make our kids feel like they're not worth anything. They have to walk through that crap at that school. And I don't know who does it. I don't know if the school board is responsible for that, or Pam, or anybody. But we'll be back. We're talking about
1440.
Good morning, I'm Jen Davis. Here's what's happening for the first time in U.S. history, voted to remove the Representative Kevin Elkins. Republicans who voted united with the Democrats to strip him of his power. Without a Speaker of the House of Representatives, only laws all make them good time to have a third. Not vote again. After months of campaigning, we now have 150 votes. We agree to nationwide test of the emergency work system in wireless emergency works. We work on a little consent, all television stations, all cell phones. When you hear that tone, that's your good.
WIAM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery. This is the CBS World News Roundup, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Picketing just begun at Kaiser Permanente hospitals, where 75,000 workers are expected to hit a strike deadline next over and staffing. Lisa Schneid is in Sacramento. Her husband's cancer treatment has been suspended.
The oncology department would not move any faster if they tried. They are, in some cases, I've seen them run from one patient to the next. I think whatever they're doing is yes.
CBS Los Angeles, Nicole Comstock. Kaiser said organization in every market and is offering guaranteed across-the-board wage increases along with a $20 minimum wage. California workers in 8 states and Washington, D.C. are expected to walk out. Lawmakers in the House are scrambling after Kevin McCarthy became the first speaker in U.S. history to be removed. Members of his own Republican party orchestrated his ouster. CBS's Nicole Killian on Capitol Hill. This news a huge leadership vacuum at a very critical time. The speaker is second in line to the presidency, and Congress has a lot of work to do, including trying to avoid a shutdown in the next few weeks. Police in Baltimore are looking for a suspect or suspects in last night's shooting at Morgan State University that injured 5 people, 4 of them students. This man was nearby.
The bullets hit the glass behind my head. We all tried to get out the way.
All of the injured are expected to recover. The gunfire began before a homecoming week ball on campus. Classes are canceled today. The Pope's opened what could turn out to be a historic meeting on the future of the Catholic Church. Kate McElvey heads the Women's Ordination Conference.
Women's ordination is on the agenda. We're here in support of those conversations, and we hope that they continue to be courageous, bold, and independent.
Meet the winners of this year's Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Maya Adendi, who is finished the next Recognized, wanted to lecture work creating quantum dots. Writing the incredibles now using computers and medical devices.
For a long time, nobody thought you could ever actually make such small particles. But this year's laureates succeeded.
Embarrassingly, the winner's notes were apparently inadvertently leaked to a Swedish newspaper hours before. CBS's Vicki Barker from the foreign desk. Pretty soon you won't have to leave the house for anything. Uber is adding a new app to its list of services, mailing your packages for you at the post office, UPS, or FedEx. FedEx drivers.
Festive up here. The Halloween. Guess you're ready. You got your spider web up there. You don't give it. Man, how much holiday is that? It's not a holiday, it's a holy day. It has been turned into a holiday. It's the confusion comes in with the secular stuff. It is Halloween. The day before All Saints. You're weird, man. This was the project of the man. The ball. Sometimes you gotta be clear. Not. But I'm in charge of the team. Well, I feel you got his mom, Michael Jordan. That guy took his talent and turned it into a billionaire. Well, he is the king of NIL. Yeah, yeah. Yes, and that's what Nike is. That's NIL. We get paid every time they sell Air Jordans. Yeah. We live in the town. They say, what do you think about this? I go and design it. New Air Jordan, $350. They go $15 t-shirt. That's right. Well, what work is? Value and work is two different things. What work is? Not worried about me. No, I still buy the same ones I bought 50 years ago. Converse. Well, I got jury duty again for the third time. Maybe. You know? It's something I had to choose. I really don't keep you. I'm gonna make sure. Did you stand up? I guess they sent me a thing. Did you get one? That's what you don't read. In other words, when you get the card, what it says, contact it's the national jury selection, and it'll ask you what state, what county, and then you get that information. You have an ID number, and once you get your ID number in, they'll ask you what's your ID number. married, single, what's your occupation. That's the information they have when they select the jury. They'll know you by your occupation. They'll say juror prospect number 22. When they're selected, let me call them in, because I know you don't call them, it's online. But you're supposed to do it 14 days before the date to be there. That's the 10th. That's next Wednesday, right? But you're eliminating yourself. Oh, okay. Well, they want you to, but go ahead and give it back. Give it back.
I got you back. My voice may be stage unjust verdict.
So you've never been on this is my favorite. It's very entertaining and very educational to watch the legal system at work. You'll be there and they're not automatically choosing you. You'll be from a pool of people who will be chosen to go to different trials. It's usually 2 weeks where you have, then of that they'll select a grand jury. It's not printed training, it's not part of the process, it's the process of the class. If you don't know how the process is. Which is an interesting conversation.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope the day finds you well. It's the first Wednesday of the month. And the first Wednesday of the month, of course, my good friend Donald Jenkins is with me. Always willing to give sagent and cogent advice or opinion.
No.
Okay.
And I have to say that all the time because there are some of your callers who get offended when you and I disagree on an issue. And I merely say I am giving my perspective. And if your perspective is different from you, let me tell you what perspective is. If my point of view is different is based on my perception. Your perception is what you perceive. Your perception is your digestion of the information you receive. So everybody does not say it correct, does not say it incorrect. So it's right or wrong. It is just how you perceive something. Because you can perceive something to be true and it not be.
Okay. All right, then. And again, I have 2 tickets to the Drew Brees thing tomorrow at the Montgomery Renaissance Convention Center. I got to figure out how I'm going to give away. But I would imagine if you go, you want to take somebody with you, or maybe, I don't know. Did you know way more? So sorry. Anyway, what's on your mind, Donald?
Oh. Well, it's interesting you say that. It's been an interesting week as we were talking about the legal system here. It seems as if you're afraid of the president. It's in the legal quagmire. Matter of fact, he's been in court. And I know you have a perspective. Yeah. I do have that. And the perspective I have is my point of view is that finally a man is being held accountable for his actions. It's legal action. He's calling it political.
Me too. I'm calling it that.
Yeah, good. But you know what? Here's the dumbest part of it. He's so smart. He has all these lawyers. And the dumbest thing that has happened is the way this trial is taking place. He has the worst thing to have in his situation. He has a judge to give a summary judgment.
That is a dumb thing. I don't know why they have.
You know what? All he had to do was check the box. Yeah. In other words, and you would know when we go, well, I'm going to. There's some things that will be explained to you. In a summary judgment, one man, the judge gives a summary, and that's the judgment. Now, if you're stupid enough to talk about the person who is going to be in judgment, you keep your mouth closed. And here's what's stupid. Keep your mouth closed. It's the judge has the sole opinion on what's going to happen. And he is doing the worst thing that
And
can
that
happen.
is the most un-American thing.
No, it's not. This is not.
I mean, it's part of the process.
It's a civil trial.
Yeah.
In a civil trial, you have for expediency a lot of time. And usually, if you think you have all of the information on your side, this is the way it works. This is a civil trial. He has been accused of fraud. Okay. If you have all of the information to prove that you are not a fraud, then for expediency, what your lawyer would do is say, okay, judge, we have this, and this. And they say, okay. The judge says, yeah, according to the information you've just given me, we'll just throw this out. Now, that is what happens in a civil trial. And
Well,
that is not what, because if you have all of the information that Letitia James has put together for 3
she
years,
hounded that
for,
man
wait a
for
minute,
3
for
years.
3 years, she put together
She is a political.
the information.
She is a political.
That is
hack.
your POV.
She's a
That's your POV.
She's
That is
a-
an opinion.
No. She's a political hack.
Okay.
Because first of
That
all,
is an opinion.
first of all, here's my
Okay.
thing. We were just talking about Michael Jordan and his tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
$15 shoe.
Right.
Okay, they made in Korea and other places.
Right.
And they bring it over here.
Right.
And they sell it for $300 to $600 and
Right.
even more.
Right. It's NIL.
The value of something is incumbent upon how much a person is willing to pay. Now they got how the hell is this judge gonna tell the man that
Hold on.
wait a minute, his place
Value
is not
and worth are
worth.
two different things.
Well, I don't care. Again, worth and value are intertwined.
No, they're not.
I think they-
Value is the price that you put on something. Worth is what it will actually sell in the market for.
And
In
again,
other words, there is no worth in historic value. People will say, well, this is a historic place. It is a very valuable historic, but that has absolutely no value.
but how can how can a judge tell you what your
That was his choice.
I hear you.
In other words, I just told
it
you,
was-
I just explained to you.
It
Kevin.
was a dumb
If you,
move.
if you have all of the information to the opposite of what you're being charged
Mhm.
to get for expediency, you will ask for a summary judgment, which means you tell the judge, look, judge, I have this, and this.
But in New
Okay.
York,
Hold on.
when nobody likes him.
Hold on. What did I just say? That is his fault because, and the judge told him, all you had to do was check the box. If you check the box that says, I want a summary judgment, first of all, you blame the client for having a stupid lawyer.
A bunch of stupid high-paid lawyers.
In other words, I want everyone out there this is not political. Let's be real.
No, this is
This is stupidity.
yeah.
If you have a lawyer who didn't check the box that says, I need to go before a jury, my peers, to say that, they need to hear all of this. But for expediency, the only reason you would have a summary is for expediency. That means you have enough information. It would be the opposite. And then if a judge gives a very summary of what he just heard and said, you're talking fantasy here. And that is factual.
That's his opinion.
No. If you say that, and this is not the exact number, if you say that my apartment is 10,000 square feet and it's 2,000 square feet, that is inaccurate. That is a lie. That's the kind of information that judge had in front of him. If you say that this property is worth $2 billion and it's worth 75 million, that's fantasy land.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, the summary is all of the information he had showed that everything he said was totally
Okay, so
inaccurate
let me
and not based on fact.
okay, so let me let me go back to something. So what you're telling me is that there are some things that are absolute false and absolute truth.
Yes.
Okay. So when a man says, I'm a woman, because that's what his no. It all goes
No, that's a belief.
No.
That's not a fact. That's a belief.
No. They treated these people as if it is a fact.
And that
in
is
this
the
country.
belief.
Now,
Well, look, and I promise my friends, we would not get into that flag again today. This has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You're telling me that Donald Trump,
That's
if Donald
psychological.
Trump believes that his stuff is worth this much, that's not good enough.
Look,
but in this world we live in today,
look, let me
you
tell
can
you
think
this.
you are a
In other
woman,
words,
and that's good enough.
have you ever bought a house?
Of course.
Okay. They do estimate of
Yeah, I
the
know
value
about
of the
that.
house.
Yeah, I know about
That's
that.
what this is, Kevin.
And I hear
In
you.
other words, the bank doesn't go by what you
So
believe.
science is only science.
This is not science. This is finances. Kevin, we're talking finance.
It's numbers. It's money.
We're
It's
talking banking.
So if science says, well, you can believe that you are.
Kevin, we're talking to the bank. Right now, when you go to the bank and you say that you can believe your house is worth $1 million. But what is it worth?
It depends on if somebody's willing to pay $1 million for it. It's worth $1 million.
Here's what I'm telling you. The actual price, the worth of Mar-a-Lago is X.
It's what
It's not
somebody's
what
willing
he
to
said.
pay.
And that varies an estimate of what people will pay.
Right. So,
and that's not accurate. But you can't give what you think something is worth.
I'm just saying.
You have to have the bank, and then
we want
the bank has to approve. But there's a problem in here. There's people who are being convicted who have done this for fraud. Because that is a fraudulent act to say that something is worth something more than it is.
If it's fraud or it is an over-evaluation based on your perception.
Your perception has nothing.
A few years ago, remember Don Seaton? Don Seaton had a house about $79,000. And somebody bought that house.
Let's deal with factual information here. And I told
$200,000.
I told everyone I talked to before I came on this show.
Yeah.
I would deal strictly with the facts. The fact is,
facts are not facts. Only facts until you can prove it otherwise.
No. The fact is, let me ask you this. Now, here, I'll give you one fact. He said that, and I forget the exact number because it's ridiculous. He said the square footage of his residence at Trump Towers was 10,000 square feet. Okay. The actual footage was, and this is not accurate.
That was his POV.
No. Hold on. He said the square footage was 10,000 square feet. The actual square footage, when measured, was 2,000 square feet. Okay, now that's not the exact number, but that's what I'm saying is an example of what happened. And it doesn't matter the exact numbers, it's the factual information. So the factual information was he lied.
But value is dependent on what somebody can.
No, worth is what someone thinks.
Okay.
Value, you can value anything. You can say my shirt is valued at $1,000. What is it worth?
It's worth what anybody can pay.
There you go. Value and worth are two different things.
They intertwine.
No, they're not.
Good
Value and worth are two different things. You mean?
Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Right. In America today. Yes. Everything.
No. We're talking about psychology. Psychology and finances are two different things, sir. Let me ask you this. How much do you value your house at? Okay, now, well, that's what you say. Well, I ask you a question. You have a house? Okay, well, I'm giving you factual information. You give your opinion.
Yeah. Well,
if you don't understand the difference between value and worth, then you have a problem with finance.
It depends on
finances and psychology are two different things.
Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Not have seen it. Well, only in magazines. Right.
Oh, really? Sir, this is what I gave an example of, sir. This is fact. The actual what square foot Okay, well, this is what the judge had in front of him. The actual square, and I gave an example. So this is just an example. That is not the exact statement. I was giving an example to show what I'm saying, the exaggeration. I was saying, for example, if the square footage was 2,000 square feet, he said it was 10,000. I don't remember the exact number, but that's what happened. You're trying to give exacts here. What I'm saying is, now, is it factual, sir, that he gave an incorrect number for the square footage of that property? That is a yes or no answer. Did he do that? Well, I can tell you that's exactly what it is. Unless you know the facts of the situation, don't argue with me. I'm telling you, you're going on what you're saying. No, I'm telling you what I read, but I didn't keep it in my head. Now you can look at it now. Look, sir, go on right now. Look at it. Okay, go ahead. Ask me a question. Look, let me ask you this. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can say that you think your house is worth $1 million. The only price that the bank is going to give is what the appraiser says it is. It doesn't matter. It happens. I've seen in several houses. We've had a value that we thought was more, but it's only what the bank is going to finance. Okay? And this is what we're talking about here, sir. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump said he thought it was worth. It was worth what the bank will actually give you. The bank screws you all the time. Which was incorrect. Because they did something that they don't do for their customers. They said that the people who evaluated the system was wrong. And they were fired. You know that, right? All of the people involved with this who actually said, oh, this is okay, they were fired. Do you have an argument on that? Okay, so what I'm telling you is factual information. He lied. The people who helped him lie. They lied, and now they're all suffering for it. They're all going for it for fraud. That is what fraud is, sir. Sir, every house that I've sold, the only price I went by was what the appraiser, an official appraiser. I've had HUD appraisals. In other words, I've sold houses through HUD, and it was HUD appraisal. HUD is a whole different ballgame. No, what I'm saying is, it's only what they say it's worth. That's what the bank will, and the bank will listen to the appraiser. They're not going to listen to me. Yeah, it's up to the appraiser. Yeah. Sir, we're not talking about me selling. Now we're talking about value and worth. It doesn't matter. I don't know, sir. I can't speak about. We're talking about one situation. We're talking about Donald Trump lying. Okay. Well, did he lie? Let me ask you this: did he lie about? Well, they have to us to worry about what he lied about. No, we're not. It's not up to us. It's up to the judge. I will ask you this: Hunter Biden sold a $1.34 million. We're not painting. We're not talking about Hunter Biden. Wait a minute. So what? If it's a Democrat. No, hold on. That's a separate situation. Let me ask. All right. If two people steal, are you going to say one is better than the other? So well, let me answer this. I don't know what Hunter Biden is. So painting. He's not a painter. So they gave his painting. Wait a minute. They gave his painting. How did he get to Hunter Biden? Because there's two sides. They call Hunter Biden and real estate. He's not a painter. Let me ask you this. In his defense, it's dope. In his defense, when he goes before the judge, you can't bring the food on. Again, there's something called precedent, though. I'm talking about what's going on right now. And now, I agree. The only thing you said is what I absolutely agree with. In the hell would a guy have lawyers and let his future, his will, depend on the interpretation of one judge? That's got to be the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest. And this is the guy you're going to vote for president?
You have to make it get. If you're on the ballot, I'm so dumb. He doesn't even know how to get a lawyer. I'm still gonna vote. If he if he jumps off a building, he's jumping off right behind. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yeah, you. Pretty good. Well, good point. Good point. And sir, as I said, what happened to the individuals who made that decision? That's accurate. No, that's accurate. Here's what I'm saying. And see, they're supposed to be following their job. No, what it actually said, sir, is to the best of my knowledge, this is the value of this product. Okay, that's what it said. It did the people, let me ask this, sir, included in there, sir, it said, to my knowledge, who signed that for Donald Trump said, to the best of my knowledge, this is the true value of this product. Don't you think that didn't that in there? In other words, what you're saying, sir, is the information I'm getting, to the best of my knowledge, is true. If you say that the square footage is 10,000 feet, to the best of my knowledge, the information I'm giving you is true. Okay, so who? Here's what the people who have done these actions, they are paid. Now the person who has done the action is going to pay. If the man that never became president, this never. I agree with you there because he is. So we didn't pay attention to the con man before he became president. This is. You can be a con man. That's right. It's a political witch hunt. Okay. Now, and that is your point of view. Yeah. If he had never run, that was his. Yeah, I gotta take a break. We'll be back after this. Thank God he did run for president. We'll see. We'll be back. We'll be back. This is comical. You know, you got a bunch of people who are listening just to see what you said. They are rolling in their tools. You with your man. If it's him, you with your man. If it's him and Biden on the ticket, somehow I'll vote for Trump. Absolutely. I don't care nothing about that. You know what? I don't care nothing about that real estate crap. Here's the problem, though. I don't care nothing about it. He's gonna be the broken president. That's okay. We'll make it. You know what? Trying to get out. Hey, y'all gonna donate money? I would. Oh, you donate? I donate. Because the value that he places on America being first is far greater than what? What is he? You believe that? Yeah. You drank it. Good morning. How are you this morning? It's been a while. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. Hasn't it? Why didn't see you last time you were here? There you go. Well, it's great to see you. Good to see you.
like that hat, man.
So if Trump don't get it, I want Swami Wami.
Swami. Oh, that's what you saw. What you call him, Swami Wami? Yeah, he's like, well, he does a Trump flunky like.
Well, that's it. That man is smart. He's come from nothing to where he is in America. I think he has an appreciation for America that nobody else, that a lot of people just don't have. I'm good.
He's that's like any other tech.
Okay.
Guy.
But he didn't start off as a tech guy.
Hey.
He started off as a regular citizen, went to school, educated himself. And listen,
Well, I guess you're Elon Musk thing too.
I'm not for Elon Musk for president, but evidently he wants to be something. Now he's richest man in the world.
So, see, Courtney Meadows was the speaker at Congress celebration.
So you think that it ain't fraud to give a man millions of dollars for paintings and never painted his life?
One situation has to do with the other. That's why.
But we accept that.
That's President. I don't know what happened in that. Yeah. Well, if he can get that.
But if Trump
can get what he wants, NIL.
Okay.
In other words, that's NIL.
In
other words, right now, okay, there's a place that has artwork.
For a crackhead, all of a sudden, painting worth millions of dollars.
Okay. Most tea paintings sell for thousands of dollars.
Most of these guys,
no, he wasn't. Most just did that, what they call it, black something art. It was genuine. Most of these stuff is not dynamite. Okay, but when the art community said, "Oh, black folk art," that's it, black folk art. But it's cartoon stuff. Have you seen most of these? Cartoons unique. I can do it. You can do it. It doesn't take art to do that. They call it folk art.
All right, then we are back. 824-1440 is the number here when the time ends. Donald Jenkins. No, we gotta let my caller question. I understand you're passionate about it.
Hold on. You're sure, right? You put people off. You there saying. Here's my thing. We're having a conversation. We're going to say something. Okay. Go ahead. That's why I say, okay, that's why I can question him. That's why they can question me. Now, the caller questioned me, right? Okay? And I gave the answer to the question. So he hit him hard. That's not my fault. Okay, let's move here.
It's interrogation.
No, it's not. But it's called an argument. It's an intelligent argument. It's a debate. What is an argument? Good morning. Good morning, sir. No.
We went through a pretty good time when Trump was in the White House. I was doing okay. Eggs went $9. Under the Democrats, I totally agree with you. Under Biden, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. Under Biden, you're absolutely right.
How much are eggs eat?
Yeah. He's in the White House.
It's not even Biden. We're talking about Biden's son.
Yeah, I know Biden too. Biden too.
Biden's son.
Okay. Okay. So well, now let me ask you a question. Are you telling me that the economy that we have, the prices have gone up exponentially since that man has been in the White House? Illegal aliens have come across our borders and absolute massive. You don't think that's got nothing to do with the president of the United States?
No.
Gas up.
No.
Food is up.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. The president can say right now, close the border.
Look, when you brought up eggs, how much are eggs now?
Well, they're going down a little bit. But
last week I bought a dozen eggs for $1. This week they're $1.30.
I guess the people.
So does the president did Biden do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you just made your point.
I appreciate it. Let me go. Yeah, James, you got everything. Good morning. Yeah. No, you got nothing. Yeah. That don't make you right.
Respect point of view.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I'm sticking with mine. That's right.
Yeah.
And if they'll come after him, they'll come after you and I. That's right. Yeah. All righty then. Let me see what this is right here. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
We're not talking criminal today. This is civil. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but let's keep it, you know, as an officer, we're talking civil right now. This is a civil case. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's what's going on in New York.
Let me ask you this. According to the information that the judge has in front of him now, and the summary judgment he gave last week, a 35-page summary, do you think that is selective prosecution when he said this is fraud?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm asking a call. No, I'm asking you a question. Do you think it is according to that information? Okay. That's not what we're talking about now. See, that's the point. If we're talking about Donald John Trump at this moment. We're not talking about all these other congressmen who have done whatever they've done. We're talking about one man in New York. This AG is in New York. He's not over the United States. He's in New York. Okay. So in New York, this is what she has found. And the attention was given to her off of a federal case. Well, the lawyer for Trump said he did. So she said, well, let me look into it. And she said, yes, he did do it. Now, that's how we got it. That's not what I said. I said in New York, when his lawyer said in New York, this is what he has done in New York. The AG, the Attorney General in New York, said, this is what I'm going to do. And for 3 years, she has done this. And we knew this was coming. Donald Trump chose to run for president, knowing that this was coming down the pipe. And that's what happened. He did this 3 years ago. He should have straightened this out with her 3 years ago. Yes. Okay. Now, here's what happens. Here's what you people do. You go, you talk about Bernie Sanders. No, I'm not. I'm talking about Donald Trump.
You're saying forget everybody else.
That's not what I'm saying. We're talking about this case today. He's reporting New York today. Now, all those other people have to report somewhere else. And we're talking about the case is in the court in the state of New York. And that's what we're talking about. If you bring up Bernie Sanders, what does that have to do with New York? That's not the question, sir. The question is he, we're talking about Donald Trump right now.
He's been persecuted.
How is it possible that people who defend Donald Trump can't defend his actions, but talk about everyone else?
It's not the same equal playing for everybody else.
Well, right now in New York, he's being tried.
Yeah, by a prosecutor that is a hack.
Well, that's what
he ran for office based on
getting back to that. So what we can say, right now, I'm going to ask you: do you think that the Attorney General of New York is wrong for what she is doing? And she's done that. Look, right now, sir, we're talking about Donald Trump has done this action in the state of New York. He's not in Washington, D.C. She's not anywhere else. Hunter Biden has nothing to do with her. She's in New York. And she's working for the people. And she says that he has defrauded the people of New York billions of dollars. Now, and she's working for New York.
Exactly.
Okay, now, what does the guy Hunter have to do with Trump?
If you say this has nothing to do with politics, you're lying.
What is, see, if you bring up another politician, we're talking about New York and Donald Trump, right? What he's done.
Again, treat everybody the same then. That's what we're saying. Treat everybody.
And that's what she's doing. No, she is. She's treating a man who has cheated the state of New York out of billions of dollars. Okay. That's her job. what we're talking about a civil trial right now.
These are just people who just don't.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Donald Trump?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about. There you go. Okay. Right. So right now we have a high profile case where the AG is correct in what she's doing. And if she now it's already been proven it's fraud, it's just how much he will pay is where we are now. Do you understand that's where we are?
Yes, I agree. We agree on one thing. To let one man sit in judgment of you, that's going to be the dumbest legal strategy
that's his fault.
I've ever seen.
That's his fault for having two lawyers.
All that money to pay them lawyers. That's
what they're doing.
Hey, I've got to take my last break out. We'll be back. Guess what? Everybody's saying. They don't.
So are you defending Donald Trump? Is he liable for what he's liable for?
Again, I'm not sure.
That's either yes or no.
I'm not sure.
We're not talking about Bernie Sanders. We're not talking about guy.
They lied on the man.
Let me ask you.
They lied on the guy.
Is he lying now?
I think so.
Well, keep you heard it. Hey, you
get up on there,
man. And
you are.
And I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. You ain't got to claim it, though.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a good Democrat. That like you're not a Republican. I'm as much a Democrat as you are all Republican. How about that?
But who came up with this thing that one man judge that
homeboy? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I've just been on 2 times, going on 3. But I know this is what they have in there. See, how many questions going to explain stuff it's fun. When you go into court, now a lawyer should know if you pay these lawyers millions of dollars, they know that for expediency, you can have a summary judgment. That's where the judge
a bench trial.
That's what it is. The judge will give a summary judgment. He'll do a sum. You give him all your information, and then the prosecutor give him all their information. The judge looks over it. Then he makes a summary judgment. Now, in his summary judgment, because he made that, check the box and say, well, I will do that. Well, in his summary judgment, it always said, we're going to trial. Well, that would have, but you have to check that up. You get what I'm saying? It's
amazing though. Trump's been in New York forever, and all of a sudden, one judge has consumed all of that information in a small time.
3 years.
And making
not 3 years.
But he's been 7 decades.
Letitia James has gone all the way back to 2011. And she has information. That's why, and Trump didn't understand when the judge said this is redundant. When he was getting a lot of information and stuff from 2011, 2010, and all, they said, look, what he meant was, we've already made the decision. Fraud has been committed. It's just what was the intent. But and you know what? Trump did 2 thumbs up. He didn't understand what the judge was saying. He's saying, look, this is redundant. We already gone over that. You're already guilty of fraud. What was your intent? In other words, that guy that did all of that talk about numbers, what he was talking about was the fraud. The judge wants to know what was the intent.
Trump
did you know the lawyer?
He should sue the lawyer.
But you get what I'm saying, Kevin? This is why I'm laughing is because how stupid Trump was in court that he did 2 thumbs up when the judge said this is redundant. What he said, I don't want to hear any more about that. I've already made a decision on that. That's what he meant. I looked at that in real time. I said, Trump don't know what he just said. He said, stupid. We've already known that you're guilty of this. What I want to know was what was your intent on each action? You got 6 other actions on what your intent is. You're guilty of fraud. Now, did you know that you were doing it? How did you know it? And when did you know it? That's what it's about. Now, when did you know?
Time for the appeal already.
Time for the appeal already. Hey, did you know? Wait a minute. Did you know that was fraud? Did you? That's what the judge was saying. I'm laughing. I said, I can't wait to you got an empire. But nobody even said anything. You got an empire. Did they mention that on? You look at the I didn't look at that. I looked at the stuff directly, and then after it got reported, you can't possibly know every transaction that goes on your business. You can't possibly know. But here's where we are now. Now here's where we are. Did you know that this was going on? Did you know that they knew this evaluation? Did you know that Mar-a-Lago was this? Did you know? See, that's where they're trying to get now. That's why they got 125. But it's funny. Oh man, who's this? Yeah, you're gonna have to because there's no you don't have time. Then you're gonna have to deal with Yahoo some kind of way to send them an email and see whether or not they'll answer in a timely manner, which they probably won't. But you can make. I think you need your Gmail account. I think you do. And your email account. You know, but you do know I'm on the air. Because you have to know. As a matter of fact, if you're trying to get into your thing, it'll actually you can lose that something like that. It ought to give you some it ought to give you some choices to make in that either rebuild rebuild or something like that. It ought to give you a choice. But you got to keep going in. How many times have you tried to get in? Oh, that's good. Okay, well, just give me a call back in a little while. Let me know what you got to do. I can't do it right now because I'm on the air. But call me later. Okay, good. Mhm. Okay. 7:55 in the morning. We got it's 7:55 in the morning. Got a couple minutes left, so let me take somebody who's been holding on the long here. Let's get this guy right there. Good morning, you're on there. Yes, and you got about 3 minutes. What do I want to do that? What do I do that for? What do I want to do that for? Wait a minute. You bringing my stuff up for? Yeah. Now, tell you what somebody's willing to pay. No work.
But what I want it for. Now they wouldn't give me what I paid for, but they paid me what I thought I could get. We ain't gonna never get what you pay for when you're selling to somebody. But sometimes you get more. And why is that older cars bring more money sometimes than newer cars? Because people are willing to pay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he did or not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I think everybody in America think he did it, but because the glove didn't fit. Okay, that's right. The glove didn't fit Trump. See you later. Yeah, I still have a guess on something. Yes. Man, I think you're supposed to call me at 7:30. Yeah. Well, you gotta make it next Wednesday now because my time is up this hour. So, yeah, yeah. Call me next Wednesday, same time, 7:30. 7:30. That's right. All right. At least you know you got the right number. Anyway, that's a guy who actually just got out of prison. Talk to us about what his life is like. That's the only way I want to know. I don't want to go and get no practical experience. Okay? Because I don't want to be big those bills. Now I have enough time to take another call. Donald Jenkins with us. Is Trump being railroaded? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But is he responsible for some of that railroading? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I hate to admit it. Yeah, I mean, I can only defend my boy so much. I gotta quit. We'll be back.
You are in a dilemma. Now, boy, I'm saying, and that's the man you don't know the word. He's a dog.
If he
don't know.
He's no dumber than the guy that's in there now.
Yeah, boy, right.
My thing is, if for some way it happens, if him and Biden, yes, I will vote for Trump all day long. If they figure that out, but I like someone.
Now they predicted that because they thought it was going to be a zero sum. That's what they thought it was going to happen.
Yeah, but just because you get found guilty on the trial, don't mean you're guilty. Just mean you get found guilty. Just like sometimes you get found innocent. Yeah. I know you.
When it comes to lifestyle, I always make But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. I take liver tablets and make it work. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doctor was concerned about our numbers. He's adding a once-a-day active liver tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of people, so the least I can do to say, hey, wow, both of those are massive lift. Or you bought it. Lost weight, he just started. Our country is going to get. No, here's what happened, Kevin. When people make threats against people because of what he said, but that is when somebody makes a threat against other people. That's right. No, I like that. We cool. We cool. Cool. You see, wait a minute. No, yeah, right in the view front while he was speaking, we stone faced. Like he don't hear nothing. We got another view. But so all your now in a country that's predicated on free speech, we are trying to put there is liable and slander. If I tell a lie on your and people believe that lie and they threaten me, I can sue you. But then Trump right now ought to be able to sue everybody in America. No, because they have slandered that man's name. They did all kinds of things. Is this a slander right now? What? Yeah. He's been trying to get to that. Yes, man. Well, they slandered him. They slandered him in Congress. Hold on, Kevin. Let's make it clear now. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. The summary judgment last week, 35-page summary last week. That's what that is. It was a summary of what the information that the judge had received from the defense and from the prosecution. Yeah. And his judgment of that summary was, you guilty of fraud. And this is imaginary. So in that civil court, yeah, you're right. And that's what they went to court for. The opinion was based on the information. Right, but that's an opinion that he committed fraud. And I think he still will be able to appeal that crap. Yeah, he can appeal it. That's an opinion. That's a judge's opinion. And what the other court, the appeals court, will get the same information. And more than likely, hopefully we'll have a decent, fair rendition of the information rather than because we don't like Trump. Well, let's get away from what we don't like Trump. Let's get away from proud about. Okay, and that's what here's the problem. And Letitia James knew what was going to happen when Trump ran for president. Everyone is prepared for knowing that the only reason he ran for president again, which is really unprecedented. Once you lose like that, you don't come back. I mean, people are wrong. Okay. But now that he is running for president, he's under scandal. Usually when people fall under scandal, like when he fell under that scandal in the because we all feel that he's been persecuted. Okay, let me ask you this. he had a scandal that he was with Billy Bush. When he said he can grab, when he said Billy Bush got fired. Yeah. For that information. He said so. No, he said that when you're famous, you can grab him by the jacket. And that's all right. You think that's fair? I don't care. You don't care. I don't care. Now, anyone else other than Trump, that would have been a scandal. We say it all the time. When he said, we have rap songs now. The worse than that on the radio. You know what that's called? You know what it's called? It's free speech. It's called sexual harassment when you do it. Whatever. But let me ask you this. He admitted to sexual harassment. Yeah, he said it. That's what that is. That's sexual harassment. Rap music is worse than a lot of anything. No, what I'm saying. Anything he said. Hold on. He said he did it, right? Mm-hmm. I did it. And you don't care if he did it. He admitted it. I wasn't there. Well, he admitted it. Well, he's stupid in that area. Well, he admitted it. I got away with it. That's crazy. So he got away with it. But gravitas is something that men do. When they're in the company of other men, they say crap that is outrageous. Is it true or not? We will never know. Okay. We'll never know. In other words, and he was sued for that too. And he was sued himself. But let me ask you this. Yeah. When he said, when you're famous, you can grab women by the jump. And when you are famous, you can do many things that other guys can't do. You agree that happened? Absolutely. I know something about it. But do you know what that is called? It is called sexual harassment. Back in the day, it was called. So in other words, he admitted that he commits sexual. No, he did not. He was being gravitas. He was being exaggerated. It was hyperbole. No, if he said he does it, and you agree that he do it, how many guys that is it true or not? Okay. He said, when you're famous, you can do it. And you can. Famous people get to do lots of things that poor folks can't do. But is it legal? Is it legal? I don't know if it's legal or not. It's illegal. Well, it's called sexual harassment. Okay. So he admitted that he commits sexual harassment, and you said, "I don't." It was hyperbole. Wait a minute. I don't know. He said he did. Yeah. But when he's saying that he did, just because you said when you did it. I know what men say. I'm confused. He said he did it. Okay. And you say rich men do it all the time anyway. Is that true? Sure. So, rich people don't have privileges that everybody else got. No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. They do. That's called sexual harassment. That's like when Steve Harvey came to town, and I was a couple years ago, you know what he said? He said, rich people don't talk about things poor people talk about. Okay, so rich people and poor people talk about that. What he did, that's just sexual. I say it was gravitas. I said it was hyperbole. I said when someone tells you who they are, believe them. Yeah, he told you that. It's hyperbole. In the book, so you're saying in the locker room, once they caught him on tape saying it, he said, "Oh, that was just locker room." Let me ask you. I believe that what's said in private is in private, and it should stay there. We all have said something in private that we do not want to get out. If you're a public figure, especially. He wasn't a public figure. Yes, he was. Not when he said when he was famous in public. Okay, but he had a. He was giving an interview, and during the course of the interview, when he thought the microphone was off, exactly. He thought that it was. He thought that he had to. Well, that's how dumb he is. Whatever the case may be, microphone. Look, anyone with a microphone. Have you ever said anything to anyone about the year? I never told anyone I committed sexual harassment. Have you ever said anything? I've never said I committed sexual harassment. Have you ever told? I have never admitted to sexual harassment. He didn't admit to it either. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. He just told what he thought was the truth. When you are famous, women throw themselves at you. They do. What he said, let me get a mint. There she is. She's looking good. Let me go ahead. He said, watch this. I don't care. He told you that he's sexual. It's hyperbole.
We all say things in the locker room that we wouldn't otherwise say.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
But you ain't never played sports, so don't worry about it.
No, I don't do it.
Okay.
I
Well,
never have.
I don't believe you. I believe you.
Have you ever heard me say anything like that?
You talking about that? I'm talking about other
No,
things.
you said we all do it.
We all say things.
I do not do that.
We all say things that we don't want to in the public. Am I right or
We're
wrong?
talking about
You're talking about one
harassment.
thing.
Yes.
I'm talking about have you
I'm
ever?
talking about the one thing that is a crime that he
It
admitted
wasn't
to.
a crime when he did it. It wasn't against the law of sexual harassment.
Yes, well,
No,
yes, it is.
this whole sexual harassment thing came on the last
No,
15 years.
sexual harassment has always been there.
Nah.
It's just that rich people got away with it, but now they don't.
Exactly.
That's why they're going back. That's why Harvey Feinstein is in prison now.
Okay.
It was a crime when he did it. It's a crime now. So and the woman who accused Donald Trump, she accused him of then, she accused him then, and she accuses him now. That's why she got $5 million, and she's going back to court to up that.
Listen, I have never seen such a persecution of a human being in my life.
Okay, back to the point.
And I'll say that.
Did he admit to sexual harassment?
No.
Well, you said you see makeup.
No, he didn't.
You said rich people do it all the time.
I said women throw themselves at people with money.
That's not what he said. He said when you are famous, they let you do it.
A whole bunch of basketball players right now, a whole lot less money now because somebody gravitated to them because they had money.
Yeah,
wait. Next thing you know, when the money gone, they gone, or they gone soon after.
Let me ask
Women throw themselves at rich people. Afterwards.
Let's see, there you go again. And
it is what it is.
We're talking about a particular situation.
We ain't gonna agree on this. No. Good morning, who's this?
Good morning, sir. Go ahead.
What's the meaning of it? I think it means chutzpah. It means moxie. All right then. You shouldn't have brought it up. Yeah, I heard about it.
What is your question? I don't know about Morgan State. Okay. So what you're saying is all historic. I'm not talking over. You asked me a question. So you're saying all historically black institutions celebrate homecoming by shooting. Well, what's your question then? You asked me. You're talking about one. Okay, move on. You're talking about one. Go ahead. No, I don't claim to be an attorney. Never have. What is your question? Who is the victim? The state of New York. Because the state of New York has been defrauded of millions of dollars. Dollars that could have been going to other institutions who would have paid the taxes, who would have paid the interest, and who would have paid the proper value to the state of New York. This is the state of New York against Donald John Trump. No, I'm saying that this is a charge, a civil case by the state of New York. Look, let me tell you something.
Didn't they overcharge him for
Sir, you can go to jail for insider trading. Who is the victim? This is the answer to your question, sir. Insider trading, everyone makes money. Who is the victim? People do make money. Well, what I'm saying is, insider trading is when you make money and you're allowed to make money from other people, who is the victim?
Let me know the other question.
Move to the other question. I don't bet, so you can pull that off the table. I don't bet. Look, if you want to get there, there are other people under investigation on other charges because of I don't know their names. Sir. If you said there aren't, you tell me that it is not happening then. Well, the state of New York is not charging other people for improper activity doing this. I'm telling you, sir. I don't have to memorize all the names, but I do know that there are other individuals from these financial institutions who are under charges by the state of New York for improper activity. Okay? And that is part of
I don't care about New York. Anyway, let me ask you a question.
I didn't say any tax accounting 30 times.
You said somebody going to jail for doing the same thing with over evaluation.
Well, look. Let me ask you this, sir. Here's the bottom line. I'm not talking over you. You like to come with a line of questions. You ask a question, then another question, then another question. So I'm going to ask you one question. When I ask you one, you ask me a bunch of them. Yeah, yes, that is correct. That is. I don't know. There are people who are under charges. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Okay. Well, you've gotten off the track with the question here. Let me get it back on track. Okay. Here's what I'm saying, sir. And let me say it again.
All right, I got 30 seconds to end this one.
Okay. There are other people with charges, and some of them criminal in this act.
Appreciate it. One more quick answer. If Donald John overvalued his property in New York, wouldn't they have taxed him based on that value?
No. He had to. That's another part of the fraud.
So they don't tax you.
Hold on. When he applied for taxes on same property, the value would be lower. To evaluate for borrowing, the value was higher. That is the fraud.
But wouldn't the people loaning the money have those appraisals?
Look, that's two different things.
Okay. Good morning on there.
Your appraisal and assessed value are two different things.
Good morning.
You do know that, right?
It's good.
Yeah.
Well, shut your brother up.
And that's the point. Not criminal. It's civil. No, it's no. It's let's not get off track, sir. Sir, I don't want to seem like I'm talking over you. Don't say it. Can I ask this question, sir? The 35-page summary that has also been handed out by the judge. Okay, the summary judgment that he gave. Are you saying that the only reason that he gave that 35-page summary that showed fraud when both sides gave the information? And he said this is imagination, this is fraud. You're saying that the only reason that judge in New York did that was for political reasons. Stop him from speaking. That's what it takes.
I believe that.
Okay, let me give you an example.
Right, doing their own right, doing their own.
Yeah, well, now there are people who are answering now. That's why some of these people who have done some of these things, they've got to answer to that, why they did it. So it is intent. That's the stage we're in now. It has happened. Now, those people who made those decisions, what was their intent?
I'm not going to lose. Hey, I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. It never happened. Good morning. Thank you, Ron. I waited a long time. Yeah. Of course you will. Yeah.
Don't call me doctor. I'm not a doctor. How does a doctor act? Okay. Okay. What? Now let me ask you a question real quick. What does that have to do with New York? Let me ask you this. What does that have to do with AG to New York?
Going after that man.
Well, let me ask you this. Hunter Biden is not in New York. To all of us, Hunter Biden is not in New York. The only man on trial right now is Donald John Trump, and it is a civil trial in the state of New York.
That it is.
It has nothing to do with Hunter Biden. It has nothing to do with Joe Biden. It has nothing to do with Bernie Sanders. It had nothing to do with any other congressman. The only person in New York who has been investigated for 3 years for this incident we're talking about now is Donald John Trump. And if you have a defense of Donald John Trump in New York today, then we can have
take a break when we get back. I never thought in America I would see a political. They put the guy, the Proud Boys, in jail for 22 years because he believed something, whether you believe it or not. We are becoming a nation that we put our political people in jail and we try to destroy them. I didn't think. Now, he was there. He didn't stick there. And insurrection.
Stop the steal. Stop the steal.
Insurrection.
What was stop the steal?
Insurrection.
What was stop the steal?
Because they were stealing it.
And how do you stop the steal?
You show up in mass in a protest format.
And tear up property.
That's funny. BLM took up all kind of property.
Now you name one wrong to make another one right. Did they do it?
Listen, he did.
Did they tear up the Capitol?
The guy of the Proud Boys
did they tear up the Capitol?
No, it's our house anyway.
Oh, so you just tear up.
It's our house. It ain't their house.
Oh, it's our house to tear up.
Government by the people, for the people, and of the people. It's our house.
So just tear it down.
And that's their
tear down my house.
They got up there thinking it's their house. It's our house.
So they tore down our house. Well, I don't like them tearing down my house.
We'll give you a read. Look at that.
You are the man. I love it, love it, love it. There you go. As long as you can enjoy it and have a good time on it.
And it's our house. It belongs to the senators. It belongs to us. And its tradition is when people conspire to overthrow the government. There was no conspiracy there. We had people that were pissed off at what happened to them.
When two or more people get together to do an illegal act,
well, that's a conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy.
It is not an illegal act to protest your government. Not in this nation.
It's not how you do it.
Okay, but it ain't an illegal
how
act.
you do it.
Matter of fact,
now what to do is how you do it.
And Thomas Jefferson, one of our founding fathers, once said, "From time to time, the tree of liberty must be pruned with the blood of patriots."
As he had his slave Sally Hemings with 13 children. You gonna break Thomas Jefferson?
Was making some soldiers.
They were slaves. They weren't
You know, you can't undo the times that they were. Slavery
well, you brought it up.
Slavery was a thing that was wrong. There's no way to make it right.
But let's call it what it was: racial slavery. Racial slavery. It wasn't just slavery. Yeah, I mean, you're one of them. Breaking the people.
$23 a month. All online with no complicated forms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Accused a man of working for the Russians, accused him of being a spy for the Russians for 4 years, president of the United States. They just counted that man. They lied. Somebody went to Russia and they peed on him. I mean,
hey,
they just lied on that
right
man.
Now.
They just lied on
right now. All of that is irrelevant.
Right, because
what he's in New York for is
what
the man who went to jail for him.
I think the fact that he raised he.
Let me ask you this: the man who went to jail, Michael Cole.
Yeah,
he went to jail for doing work for Trump. That's what he went to jail for. Now, when he was in that trial, and they asked him about now the money that he gave to those men,
which is okay, wasn't illegal.
That's another issue.
It wasn't illegal.
That's part of what that hey.
And a lot of rich people take people off because they don't want to go to the house. A lot of people do that. And that's just the way it is.
But that was what it was. A contribution to his election. That's the problem.
So I just think we should give honor to the office. The man who made this stuff up,
and you know what? And he lowered the office.
No, I don't think so.
You know what?
No, that office was made for regular folks.
A man with a limited vocabulary, because he only knows about 6 words. Big league.
You and I ain't
Big league.
Okay, we're back. 860-1440 number here. You want to give us a talk period? Get on this conversation.
Well, you asked me.
Oh yeah, your money on there. Oh, that's right there.
That's the biggest thing this week.
Good morning. You on there? Yes. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
All righty then. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Persecuted. Persecuted. Well, that's true. That's true. Yes, that was persecution. Yeah. Mm. Right. They did. They did. I don't know if the government bailed him out or gave him a tax break for losing, but I think that he lost $1 billion. Mm. Well, all we wait a minute. All we got to do is print some more money. No way. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I wish they dropped some off to me. Yeah. Okay. What's wrong with that? We can if our name was. We could if we had enough money.
Well, according to the AG, no one's above the law.
Okay. In New York, there have been many instances where people have been above the law.
Well, this is one that happened.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, all I can tell you, if some way it happens that I go in the voting booth next year and Trump's name and Biden's name are the only names there, yeah, I'm voting for him. I'm gonna be like a Democrat, go across town and vote for him again. Okay. Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, okay. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning.
Good morning, sir. It's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 We barely heard from the people that were running. Yeah, yeah, that's what they say. Hmm. So what happened in it that was unusual? Right, right. But what's so unusual about this one?
No,
But what's so unusual about
no,
it?
you said there was something I wouldn't talk about. I don't remember that.
I mean, two people got in the runoff.
Yeah.
They lied on Audrey Graham, said she was a Republican.
Okay.
Because they never because they too scared to come over here. Yeah.
Right. About what?
They too scared to come. Wait a minute.
What?
They too scared to come over here. They don't come over here. They go places where they get the hoo ha. They don't. They too scared. Okay. Now that well, now, oh, wait a minute. Only black folks think that white. There are more white Democrats. There are more white Democrats than black. Well, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about in its totality.
Well, let me ask you the question. Let me ask you the question. What do you want to hear about this race, sir? I don't want to talk over you. You said I could discuss it, but what is there to discuss about one district with a runoff?
There was nothing to analyze. There was nothing to analyze. Okay. Not well. Then evidently, not very many listened to the radio station because a whole lot of people didn't come out and vote.
No.
So I
didn't expect.
Yeah, it's not that serious of a situation over there.
Not
Good morning.
Really.
Pretty good. Okay. I mean, somebody was going to lose, so I mean, yeah. One more.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't come over here. Why should I give them a free airtime? Y'all must be crazy. Good morning.
Impeach Hunter Biden. Okay. Good luck with that one. Impeach Hunter Biden.
I mean, who's right? Oh, if you want the Drew Brees ticket, I only have two. You can text me 241-9998, and whoever the text comes from, I'll choose between the people, and I'll call you up and tell you where you can come get them.
There you go.
Okay, I'll tell you who won. Anyways, it's for the 2023 benefit dinner. It's going to be at the Montgomery Renaissance Convention Center, and you get dinner, and it starts at 7:00 p.m. tomorrow. And so I got some tickets right here that I will. If you're interested in getting them, please text me 334-241-9998, and we'll just let you know later on who won. I'll let you know in the morning who won. Okay, and so you can pick them up and I'll drop them off to you. Sometime I got to ride around the city anyway most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I'll even deliver them to you. You'll have a celebrity come deliver you tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just come over there.
Those of you don't grab anyone by the a celebrity.
You know that man didn't. You know he was being hyperbolous.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay.
So is your yeah. You almost made me say it.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
My skin's tougher than that.
Yeah, I know you had a rough day today.
No, I did. Nobody. Listen. Nobody has changed my mind.
No. Okay. And that's good. In other words, I'm glad you said that because I just gave my perspective and you gave yours.
Yeah.
We disagree.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Okay.
You're not a worse person for that, and I'm not a worse person for what I do.
No.
And that's the same for the callers who still believe that this is a, what do you call it, a persecution? Mm-hmm. That's your belief.
All right. Our number is 860-1440. Again, it is a sad note that I have to tell people. Ray Moore, he passed. A good friend, a swell guy. Looked on Facebook the other day, and he was I thought he was headed home. So evidently, something happened. And to his wife and to his kids and to his friends and relatives, we pay our condolences up here at News Radio 1440. And going too soon, we always say. We'll be back after this tribute to him and with your last calls and comments. He sold cars. He sold cars, but he was involved in a lot of things around here.
Who's the guy who had the mini. Yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah. He did a lot of things. He was just a swell guy. Way more than what I know. Okay, that's him. Yeah. Way more. We'll be right back. He was just a nice guy. Nice guy. Where did you meet him? Years ago. I got money to do. He was right there to listen. We met him at the barber shop. Where met him at? She never did it. He was headed down. More. You said Rudy Ray. I remember him. Raymond.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
The office of Brown's Convention.
Family driven.
OGP. I only got it over here, but it's doing what I want it to do. Yeah, somebody. I just need to wait for the you still on. Karen, I got a notification on my computer. Looking at I don't know if I hit something. Then notice came up there. Everything just went blue and it said, alert. Yeah, you have been ceremoniously. Somebody's trying to hack your computer. Don't go nowhere where it tells you to go. You might want to. No, I just it said do not turn it off and stuff. Right. Well, you can turn it off. I turned it off. Well, what I mean when you say you can't get it started, what that means? Yeah, when I said, if I turn it back on, yeah, it should be good. All right, but that message thing will probably be there for a while. So I get a chance to get over and look at one day and just okay. When you have a chance to yeah, look at for your partners and that I help you with you get a lot of people I got all of them. You text everybody, where we are on you were talking. I'm just saying, hey, you gave your perspective. Hey, is he wrong? Not wrong. Not wrong. Yours is not wrong. I'll let you make that. And I said, I'll never let my mother go into a nursing home. Put it in my sister. I never let my mom stay in the nursing home. do, bro. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, we had made our mom that time. That's so good. Because no words because her mom was her brother and her. I mean, so that's why we went ahead and said whatever it takes. She went through that. That's why I put in the shower in her house. It was very acceptable. I mean, in our house. Another day. And we are back. One of the things going on, again, evidently, somebody thought there was a movie where we would bring up the election. I'm trying to figure how many people voted. That's pretty many. As a matter of fact, yeah, I knew that was what was the time. Let's see. She won. She got Mr. Riley got and I think to myself that there's only a few 150 vote margin in it. We got to hear some players. Okay, and some, okay, yeah, okay. So another Delaney Riley is finished with 1,330 votes, or 29% of the. Oh, that was the first. I mean, that was the first. This one, oh, this one, yeah, yeah. No, I don't know what it was. Anyway, I know what a lot of those. Well, when you have an election there, I mean, election, this is just that one. And it's important to get this. That's one of the things that's important. Yeah. You probably voted for you before you come back out. Now, that doesn't mean the majority of the people will vote for the majority vote. Oh, okay, here we go. Allocate precincts, another during the rally for the lead for a bill. Rally achieved a significant lead at 56, including more than even votes. A bill started with 243. So, 11, 3, 3, 2, yeah, maybe. Yeah, and that one, you can that one. Yeah, that's the thing. It only takes one. And that's really, really important. Only two people, but once you want, someone definitely wants. So a little over 2,000 people voted. And yeah, out of 22,000, but yeah. And that's a very low percentage. So is that 15? I'd say 15%. So now the people who will complain did vote. I have a problem with that. Yeah. Don't complain. But is that? Let me ask you something. Is the low turnout? Is the low turnout a matter of apathy or a matter of people who don't motivate you to come vote? It is a matter of apathy. But if you don't, you should not have to be motivated to vote. I think you should. You should vote. I think the candidate should be able to motivate you to vote. Let me ask you this: in the presidential election, if you don't vote, is that apathy or because of the candidate? I think it's a little bit of both. I think now when I run, because when I run, people are going to vote come out the vote against me. My county commissioner is not running. I don't think we're running for her job. Okay. I think I've heard this broken record before. Okay. Now, if they fire me from radio, I'll run for office. But I can't quit a job to try to get a job, end up with no job. I don't look for you to do that. I just pick. You never get. I mean, you're the most guy in talk radio.
You're the longest running
That's true.
talk radio host.
But they fired those two. So they fired those
No,
two.
no, no, no.
But I'm
As
thinking.
long as you don't get them sued for $750 million,
Right,
you're
right.
okay.
Okay. But I won't. I thought I started to run after people come out and run against me and vote against me, but I'll motivate them to do something. Either come out for me or come out against me. Okay. And I think
Now
the
that's
candidates that we
now
choose.
that's a isn't that a political position?
Sure.
So you would run as
No. You don't have to. You don't have to subscribe to a party. I don't believe in county commission. Do you?
I think that's
Yeah. Well, I'd have to close my eyes and hold my breath, but I have to run after it. Yeah, I had to run after it. Not that I'm a Republican, but running as an independent, it just don't do you no good. And most folks can't spell independent. So it doesn't mean.
So if you ran,
Yeah.
you run as an independent.
If I could, if I thought I had a shot at winning, I would.
Well, are you?
No. Although sometimes I don't mind the Democrats.
You run as a Democrat.
Well, I run as a Republican.
You would run as a Republican.
Time out. Yeah, I'd run as
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'd be like,
so what do you believe?
Wait a minute. I'd be like Jimmy Cool. Well, I was going to the Republican Party and run as a Democrat so I can win.
In other words, it's not a matter of philosophy.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of doing.
As a matter of fact, well, ask the folks who changed parties. One of our great judges, who I love to death. What's his name? Griffin. Okay, he's great. Hey, he was a Democrat for a long. I mean, he was a Republican for a long time. All of a sudden,
so is it a matter of belief, or is it a matter of getting elected?
Unfortunately, it is a matter of getting elected.
So you would be a Republican running as a Democrat, so that you could get Democratic votes.
No, I would be a Democrat. Yeah. That's what I would do. I'd be like the rest of them.
You'd be a Republican running as a Democrat.
Yeah. But then they'll check my voting record. They'll say, well, you voted in the next thing I know, they'll tell me I'm disqualified.
You have to see you're not a Democrat. You're not a Republican.
But the problem is, in this city, you've got to run one or the other. You have to. That's the only choice you get. Because the two parties determine who gets on the ballot. Yeah. The two parties determine who gets on the ballot.
The city is
the city, right? City elections are. Yeah. We know who's running. We know Stephen Reed is a Democrat. I know that when I voted for him. And it don't matter to me.
And was Mayor a Democrat or Republican? So why can Todd be independent and Mr. Reed can?
Because Mr. Reed boldly acknowledges that he's independent. He boldly acknowledges.
Yeah. Didn't it seem as if most of former mayor's were Republicans?
Good morning, over there.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, I think Todd was more like a moderate. I think he could swing together the water road. You know.
We could do that. Do you think we could do that in this atmosphere? We're so divided.
You got to fix that.
Yeah.
And
there is no compromise.
Yeah. Good morning. Who's this?
Yeah.
You vote for me? Okay. Well, listen, would you, I like to vote, but can you write a check to the campaign? Okay, look, I'm glad you enjoyed it last night. I don't know what you were doing. You were doing it, but I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Because, we do things to enjoy them. Yeah, that's nice. Anyway, I got yeah, I'll call y'all later on. So, we got the different. 8 years old, or no more than we got time. Okay, anyway, glad you showed up today. Because I was for a second. We didn't come in early. You must have forgot.
No, I don't do it. I was going to be here. And it was very enjoyable session. Yeah, and all of the guys out there. Beautiful team. Yeah.
And again, to your my perspective, to your personal audience, I am sorry. I won again.
There is no winner and loser.
I'm sorry that
it's my perspective. Let's make it clear. I give my perspective. Right. My point of view. So I don't gave his point of view.
So I don't have to put you on school.
I'll be okay. If your perspective is moving on, but you know.
So do you know Francella? Frank, right? You know?
Not personally. I know some people. Okay. Well, yeah, because she's our family.
Okay, yeah.
So family.
Why she? Black folks scared of me?
Now you're making it.
That's what it is.
So what if a white person? A lot of white people don't come.
Not if I'm white, I get.
No.
Yes, yeah. Well, her name I live too very much is my county commissioner. Yeah. But she ain't running no more, so she wants me to think. Yeah.
It's because what?
I think you're philosophically opposed. We'll be back tomorrow. The good Lord says the thing. Go ahead and try that.
Well, man, you're good for me, man. I know it. You know it.
Now, if I alter it, I'll just run for elder because when it gets
although that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to pry that microphone your whole thing.
That microphone can be unplugged with enough money for someone to play.
No, well, that's still need to be done on the microphone. I don't see you going in. And syndication comes from like, yeah,